President Trump just signed the Republican budget bill, which contains a $175 billion deportation budget. This is more than the military budget of any country in the world except for the US and China. There's real potential for police state level abuse with that kind of capacity for the federal government to arrest, detain, and deport people. And we're already seeing an alarming rise in secretive operations targeting immigrants, international students, protesters, leaders of organizations, journalists, even elected officials. So we need to push back.
First opportunity for action is to call your member of the U.S. House of Representatives and urge them to support a bill that's been introduced by New York Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez, which would bar ICE agents from wearing facial coverings during enforcement actions and require them to wear clothing displaying their name and their affiliation with ICE. Here's the second opportunity for action. There are 15 states in the U.S. with Democratic governors and Democratic majorities in both chambers of their state legislature. If you live in one of those states, you can call your governor and state legislators and urge them to pass statewide legislation modeled after a bill that is currently in California's legislature, which would also ban the use of masks and anonymized uniforms for ICE officials and implement other measures as well. How do I know about these opportunities for action? Because I subscribe to the coordinated action dispatches that are sent out by Indivisible Massachusetts each week. They work with legislative experts like Indivisible, the ACLU, Common Cause, etc., to vet and prioritize a short list of actions for each week. Several of them are typically Massachusetts-oriented, but it's also very common that several of them are nationally oriented as well. Coordinated action dispatches are well organized and well researched. They tell you who to call, how to prepare for your call. They make suggestions on what to say to your elected official, and they include background information that you can use to customize your message to your legislator.
I used information from the Coordinated Action Dispatch to prepare talking points that I'm going to use to call my state senator, Cynthia Cream. And I have Senator Cream's phone number in my cell phone, which makes it easy for me to reach out to her.
You have reached the office of State Senator Cynthia Stone Cream.
Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Senator Cream. I'm calling to urge you to create a bill like California's No Secret Police Act here in Massachusetts. The sight of ICE officers emerging from unmarked cars in plain clothes to make arrests has become increasingly common. And this is a public safety threat because it increases the risk that anyone can fool the public into believing they're law enforcement so that they can engage in illegal activity. There have been multiple reports this year of criminals committing robberies while posing as ICE officers. And finally, when ICE agents hide their faces and badges, it makes it harder to report abuse and to hold agents accountable. At a time when we're witnessing an alarming rise in secretive operations targeting immigrants, international students, researchers, leaders of organizations, protesters, journalists, and even elected officials, under the guise of federal law enforcement, we risk the rise of a secret police, and that's unacceptable. A state law like California's No Secret Police Act will likely face legal challenges from the federal government. Nevertheless, I urge Massachusetts to enact this legislation and defend it in court as necessary. Thank you. We're all trying to figure out what to do to limit the damage that the Trump administration is doing to our country. One thing you can do is subscribe to the Coordinated Action Dispatches and take action to add your voice to the chorus of others reaching out to our elected officials to let them know what we want them to do. I will include a link to subscribe to the coordinated action dispatches in my post.